What is up, my friend? Jason Cardamone here, and today we're going to do a whole insider's review of digital growth. And so this is going to be unique insights with my 18 years of experience in the industry. And primarily, I'm not trying to replicate the webinars that we do. I'm trying to give you a completely insider's look from the inside and not just duplicate everything on the webinars if you can survive this first super boring slide here. And so I want you to imagine earning thousands online with just putting in a couple hours of work daily. Even if you have no tech, no following, no email list, you don't know how to put together websites, you've never even owned your own URL or domain name, and I'll not only show you how I made $57,950 in my first couple months, but I'll show you how hundreds and hundreds of others are earning more, less, and I'm sure somewhere close to the same amounts. And so, you're going to see a lot of different sets of income proof. That's not all you're going to see at all. This is not just some, let me show you a bunch of proof video here. But I do have to do this income earnings disclaimer because, this is the world we live in. This is how this works. So please take a screenshot of this. But in essence, I'm just going to summarize, but please make sure you have a screenshot and read through this all on your own. This completely depends on your work, your skill level. Are you willing to learn? Are you willing to plug into the blueprint that we offer? I'm not going to promise you're going to make what I made or what anybody else makes, whether they make more or less than I did. And there's no guarantees of any kind. Everything you do, I encourage you to, this is you doing your due diligence. So you're already well on your way there. And you'll see, I will shortly after here invite you even to see one of our webinars. And this is assuming you've already seen all the rest of everything. And so, make sure you take a screenshot of that and we will get the show going here. So I know most of you know me, but just in case you didn't, my name is Jason Cardamone, and I'm going to be walking you through an insider's look today of digital growth. This is a program that's changing the lives of thousands of people. I know these are all, sound cliche. I'm going to show you. You're going to see literally people's words from their own mouths. And so I have to share some of my background. So I had been seeing this program all around, but I just thought it was, trade some money to someone for some crappy product that really isn't going to help you, and stuff that I've already learned a million other times, and that you probably, it depends. If you've been learning a lot of stuff online for the last, years, that, I just thought this was rehashed. A bunch of people's making 100% commission selling a bunch of junk, because that's what I had always seen over all the years. Was anytime there's something like you make 80 or even 100% commissions in the case of what we have here, that is just garbage. And man, I could not have been more wrong about that. And so before this program, I struggled to find the balance of having something that you make a really good income from, but then also delivers world-class value, and also something that people can afford. There are programs out there that are tens, even $25,000, tens of thousands. And this is something you're going to be blown away and we will cover cost and price. And when we get to that, you're going to be blown away with how low cost this program is. And so this was a game changer for me and so many people, even so many of the dozens of people I brought in. This is just a breath of fresh life. I mean, I could a breath of fresh air, I guess, and breathing new life into people. And so this is what had me finally take a really serious look, was when my friend and a leader I had worked with in a business together about 5 or 6 years ago, she was a leader on one of my teams. And so I already trusted her, I already knew her really well, but I had been seeing her share a little bit about this last year for several months. And again, I had the bias I had already shared with you in the previous few slides, that I just thought this was something junky. And I didn't even talk to Shara. I didn't even ask her more. I just made an assumption from the outside. And so I never gave it a look. I never even talked to her or anything. And so I didn't even give it much of a second thought. So what really grabbed my attention in a big way is that I had already started to see it from a few more people. And so I was more interested. This was like late last year. And then January of this year, Shara makes $10,000. And I knew for her, and I've talked to her about this. And so, it would be even better. I should just get a video from her sharing her exact story. But that she had made 10,000, and that was a lot of money for her to make online. And she is like the busiest person on the planet. She has young kids. She's runs 2 restaurants now. She's super, like, she's one of the most hardworking people I've ever met. And she stays really diligent. You're going to hear me talk about this 2-hour day blueprint coming up here. But I just want you to remember, there are people like Shara that are stretched in so thin in every direction. It's unbelievable. But she still found a way to make 10,000 with this program in January. And then here's what's crazy. She hadn't even plugged in all of the automations. And so we have all of this stuff that we don't do selling here. And so if you ask me or someone else for a phone call, you're probably not going to get one because we don't do phone calls. Like, all of this stuff is set up. It's essentially a rejection-free business. Now, if you really absolutely need a phone call and you've done everything that I already asked you to do, then I would happily get on a phone call. But I've never had to do that in the last few months because all the information is right there for you. And in fact, it's done even more concisely than wasting all this time on a phone call with me. And so, you're going to hear me again in this presentation today, this review. You're going to hear me talk about getting to one of our incredible webinars because it'll give you a whole another perspective that I'm not covering here live. And then also the videos themselves inside. If you're not already in there, you're going to want to make sure that you go to the site. So, and in case you're not even there yet, it's www.honestloophole.com. If you haven't already entered your email there, you definitely are going to want to do that. And I'll share that again at the end of this. And so, and by the way, you need the triple W in front, www.honestloophole.com. And so when Shara added her automations, she then made $20,000 in February. Now, that's not even why I was so impressed. Not just because someone I know made 10 and 20,000, and that was the biggest month she had ever had in her life up to that point, by the way. But there's something even more important here I want you to understand. I had mentioned she's a leader in my business, right? Usually a leader in some kind of business, they have some level of influencer or following. And remember how I said that you don't need any of that. So, and I'm going to show you all of that. And here's what really blew my mind is that she had already launched this business many months ago last year, like 6, 8, 10 months previous to when she's making $10,000 and $20,000 a month. So I want you to realize when you go to, you'll even see this in my numbers. So like, if you don't know me yet, like I just tell it how it is and I'm super transparent. And so one of the things, if you don't know this about the industry, is that someone who has an influence. So I have an email list. I do have some level of an influence because, and I'm by far not the biggest influencer online, not even close. There's thousands, tens of thousands, millions of people that have more influence than me. So, but I know I have a lot compared to most people. Now, I better because I've been doing this for 18 years online and I've helped I've built teams of over 100,000 people. So anyway, what I wanted to share was, and this is so funny. I'm going to get back to share a story, but I was supposed to jump to this slide earlier and I already forgot, is that I have been helping non-techies, top leaders and high-level entrepreneurs or intro-level entrepreneurs since 2006. And that is my passion, is teaching, inspiring, and serving people. Far above marketing, sales, I just want to help people leave a deep impact. And so despite building teams over 100,000 with all that myself and all my teams have achieved together, I've never in my 18 years had products like what I'm about to show you right here. And we're going to do an insider like deep dive to all this stuff. You don't have to have a niche or a product, niche or niche. Notice how I said them both together. You don't have to have tech skills. You don't have to have a following. You don't have to have an email list. Now, I hear that kind of stuff and I'm like, well, you have to have that stuff to sell things. But you're going to understand exactly what I mean as we start diving more deeper here. So, with that said, now I can get back to the story with Shara, is that what you'll understand and or what you're going to know as I share this is that when a leader goes to first share something, the biggest part of their influence that already knows, likes, and trusts them, you have to understand there's people that have known me for like that or in my influence for more than 17 years now. And so, and why not 18? Because that first year, like, yes, I'm still connected with some of them, but it's just random. And I wasn't even building an email list until my first year, you know, a year into business. So the people that have known, liked, and trust me the most, a lot of them, they don't need, like, this is the first time I'm doing a review video and this is 2 months later. I've done relatively little content about this, but yet I've had many dozens of people. I'll show you here my results. And, but so Shara, when she was first sharing this, all of the main people that knew, like, and trust her the most, they all joined way last summer and last fall, last year, when she was first sharing this. But she stayed consistent. And so the reason I joined her was I consistently saw her sharing about this time and time and time again. And finally, when I finally talked to her and she told me her numbers, I was like, holy crap. And then I was super surprised when she doubled her income and made a $20,000 a month just by adding in the automations. And I know she told me she was kicking herself because the automations are super simple to add in. We're talking a matter of far less than 30 minutes for the particular part she hadn't plugged in yet. Or even for someone like me I am a techie, like 5 or 10 minute add this thing in and add on, double your income. So you're going to see why people are having so much success with this, including Shara, but that's really my journey and how I got to where we're at today. So I'm going to give you an early little, pitch, so to say, right here is that, and by the way, my face is about to go away. I realize I'm down in the corner and I'm up there. I didn't mean to do it like that, but I'm going to encourage you after this. If you haven't already been to one of our live webinars, please get to a webinar. I'm giving you an insider's look, and I'm not trying to duplicate everything on the webinar. In fact, almost nothing I share is shared on the webinars here in this review video. And so I wanted to give you extra value because our webinars are freaking amazing. And the majority of people that join us, including myself, we join after we watch a webinar. And so we usually have 1 or 2 live webinars a week. And then, of course, I can always send you a replay. So just ask me and I can send that to you. But you're going to get my unique insights. You're also going to get insiders' views that you don't get anywhere else. And I'm not doing anything that's against my agreement to sell these products. I'm not going to give you anything that's like, so insider that I'm risking losing my rights to sell these products or my rights to be a part of this incredible community, which you're going to learn all about in a second here. So the e-learning industry back in 2019, the entire year, it was under $1 billion for the whole year. So it's 950 million. We'll just call it 1 billion. It's close enough. That was literally for all of 2019. Now, fast forward to today, this industry averages 1.2 billion per day. So we're talking an increase of more than 365 to the order of about 400 times increase just over the past 5 years. And over the next, and sorry, that's supposed to say 2027. That's really funny. I typoed that. That in the next 3 years, it's projected to hit 3 billion per day. So this industry is massively growing. And so you want to get in front of something that is on an uptrend. Same thing. Like this would be a really wise time to take crypto and Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies very seriously. And I'm shooting this in June of 2024. So you want to get in front of the trends. And you want to be in industries that are growing, not stagnating, or definitely not declining. And so since March, I've personally earned $57,950, and that's assuming nothing came in within the last 5 or 6 hours since I haven't checked. And I don't like plastering you with those kind of results. I didn't even share my results for a long time. And in fact, some friends I know actually asked me how I was doing, and then they shared my results. They even made a video for me. And so my results got out to the world through other people. I hadn't even shared mine. So this is one of the few times I've even shared how much I've made. But I'm not doing that to impress you whatsoever. I'm sharing that just to let you know, yes, this totally works. But also what's far more important is I'm about to show you so many other people that this is working for in an incredible way. So let's dive over to some slides here. Now, this is from my Stripe account, and this is as of between March 18th and June 3rd. I made $57,950. I also, remember how I said when an influencer first starts to share, you get your biggest burst of sales? So my biggest day was 9,700. It kind of reminds me of the Wolf of Wall Street at the beginning of the movie, and he made like 49 million or something in a year, and he was pissed because it would have been $1 million a week if he just had a few more. So this, I easily could have pushed a little more and got 10,000 that day, because I haven't had a $10,000 day for quite a while, for a few years. And so this was, within my first week or so. And you see how the majority of my sales are all up front here. Now, I'm going to share something else. I told you I'm hyper transparent. I have not been consistent applying our 2-hour per day work, the blueprint. If I had been, I am positive I would be over 100,000 already. Now, I know that, that can easily sound, subjective, or you don't know what I've really been doing. I can assure you, with what's going on with my children and other things outside of business, I have not put in 2 hours a day for the majority of these past few months. And so, anyway, you'll see it's like kind of inconsistent. You'll see there's some flats in there. And anyway, I've arranged some things where I'm going to be a lot more consistent, including this review video I planned to shoot over a month ago, which was like way back over here somewhere. So anyway, those are my results, but here's something far more important. I have a few more things I want to share with you. Now, I'm not going to focus on a ton of these. We're going to go through these relatively quickly. Here's Jenna, had a $2,700 day yesterday and a $900 day today. She's made $173,000 since she's joined. By the way, some of these are like a week or a few weeks or even like 2 or 3 weeks ago. These are just things I've collected that I've shared in different emails and things over time. And so her April total was 66,000, and still the last couple days, so this was a week ago, she had 2 days left in March. She was already at 72,000 for March. So she's way up, like she's cranking it right now. I'm just going to rip through a whole bunch of these. So I'm about to show you probably 50 to 100 people, and this is only like 20 or less up here. So here's someone that made $900 in less than 48 hours from joining. Marie, one day, made $2,100 and didn't even start 2 weeks ago. That's really funny. I started March 18th. She started May 18th, exactly 2 months later. She's already over 11,000. And again, this was it's about 10 days into her journey. I remember I looked this up. You know what? I should be doing it like this. There. And here we go. This is Michelle from our community congratulating Jessica for achieving 6 figures in 6.5 months. She had no following, no experience, no direct mentor. She followed the process and the videos and saw the vision. She followed the 2-hour per day blueprint that I'm going to tell you about in a second here if you don't already know about that. You're going to see this as a consistent theme. Let me say this. One of the most important things when I joined this is like, please pay attention. When I first saw this and when I came inside and I started checking everything out, the most important reason why I decided to share this with the world, because I didn't even know the value of the products yet, because these digital growth products, I didn't even have my first week or so because they were still about to be launched. We had other products that we were reselling at the beginning. And so I didn't know the quality of the products yet. I didn't know the quality of Michelle and what she was doing. But I want you to know the reason why I ultimately decided to share this, because I saw so many people inside that shared, like the slide I just shared with you, the screenshot, no experience, no following, no email list, nothing. All they did was plug in and follow. They followed directions for 2 hours a day. If you're teachable and if you can follow directions for 2 hours a day, you can absolutely have success here. That's why I'm sharing this. I love helping people. I don't ever share something that I don't think the average person can't win at, but different things take different levels of commitment and different skills. This is something, I'll tell you, there are so many grandmothers in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s that are making more money than I've ever made online, or rare than I've mostly ever made online, that didn't have any experience or any following or anything else. And they're all kicking my butt. And we're talking dozens and dozens. And I'm sure I can find over 20, 30, 40 plus of them. That's why I started taking a serious look at what we have here. Now I'm going to move a little more quickly here because I want to get to something, like I want to get to a live example for you. So Ashley, 19,000 the first week of May. She's over 160,000 in 4 months. Rita had a $2,700 day. I truly believe this is what I've been trying to manifest for so many years. I'm still in disbelief. I knew there was something out there I would love and help so many people, but this is even better than I had imagined. I'm so fired up to help so many more people. I'm going to show you a ton of these. $900, my second $900 commission today. $900 ding. 900 on my first live back since last Friday. Since March, I've made 14,150. I've made 3,600 in May. This was earlier in May. Daryl made $20,000 so far in May. I do believe that's 20,000 in the first. This is the first 9 days of May. These ones are probably around the first, by May 9th or so. Oh, there's Ashley. I already showed you. Oh, I already showed you both of those. Victoria just hit $30,000 in May, and I'll find it. I don't know if I have another one of Victoria, but she is crushing it. So in 4 weeks, she made 103,000, which included the first week of May and then, the previous 3 weeks in April. I sat down and told my husband tonight that I will hit my first million before the end of the year. And just to give you hold on, let me finish. This is unbelievable what it's doing for my family. I was the person that said it sounds too good to be true and called it every name in the book. But good grief, this freaking works. Plug in. And so I'll just let you know, Victoria is now over $300,000 in her first, it's either 8 or 9 months. And I forgot the exact number. But this was, at this point, this is about a month ago. Here is Shara, made $5,000 in 6 days. This is actually Shara that I was telling you about. And she's already, so we had a $10,000 challenge in May, and she's already at almost 5,000 in the first 6 days. That was on May 6th. Here's another $1,800 in 1 day from Paul, $900 ding for Jimmy. Michelle is talking with someone that made $100,000 since January of 2024. That was Mary Ann Sheckelman. Jenna here, 3,900 today while at the spa. Here's another Jenna, 15K. Oh, that's a previous. So this is actually one of my friends, Matt. This is actually he's made over 50,000 now. But in his first 38 days, he made 31,800. Matt has been consistent doing the 2 hours per day. And so it's awesome seeing what he's creating by staying super consistent with everything. And amazing TikTok training, another $2,000 day from Amy, another non-techie. You'll get to see her on she's usually on a lot of the webinars. She helps Michelle quite a bit. Allison, a $600 ding. Daryl, talking about one of our calls recently with Victoria, who I shared with you before. So some of the training in the community is from the people getting really big results. So here's a whole bunch of other results. Here's a whole bunch of other results. Here's Amy going to hit 20K this week. Someone got her first customer, got an upgrade, $600 while doing my training. 1,500 in 4 hours. It's only Tuesday. Got 900. First sale of 600. 600 while on vacation. 300. 1,500 today, even after I got kicked out of my live. My daily pay for 8 days straight. 650, 600, 100, 150, 650, 50, and something else. So those are all just screenshots I collected over time. But here's what I want to do is take you to the wins. This is inside our community, and I'll show you more about this in a little bit here. There's already 6 new posts, so let's just load so you see everything's totally up to date. So $4,600 in my first 6 days from Lorna. Margie, 3,300 in 4 days. This is like, look, her sister was in ICU on a ventilator. My automations were working for me. A win at noon. Got a $900 ding. Jeff, Sela, go live help, gratitude, attitude, first live. So this is wins. Date, I'm converting at 20%. An hour and a half after my first upload, $900 already came in. Sweet, or whatever else he said, I'm sure. There's more, but I want to just fly through these. Joseph, woke up to another $300 ding this morning. Jenna, 10,000 for June so far. This was 8 hours ago. It's June 5th today. So she's doing 2,000 a day on average. 5 new leads today. Just got started. Started a new TikTok from scratch. $900 before 10 a.m. Another 900 from Aaron, from Jolene. $300 for Edward. Just jumped in $15,000 in my first 72 hours for Miles. $1,000 in 2 days from Megan. Kelly, $6,000. I feel like I haven't even started, but I've already made $6,000 in my first 3 weeks here. Here's Matt, my friend I just shared with you. Another $1,800 day today. Matt has $900, $1,800, $2,700 days all the time. Jenna, $10,000 in 6 weeks. Karen, I'd been in traveling since the first and made $3,700. That's $5,000 CAD, Canadian. Stephanie got her first sale. Allison, 6,300 in 48 hours. Tahara, 1,800 yesterday. Shannon, just got my first ding. Olga, 45. By the way, if any of these repeat, my apologies, because there's so many more new ones. Sometimes others get bumped down. So got my first ding for Shannon. 4,500 in May for Olga. Heather, so close to 1,000 followers on TikTok, which means you can go live. Back-to-back $300 dings for Ontarian. Tony, cha-ching, 900 from a legacy sale. Brian, forever grateful, leaving my 9 to 5, going on a mission trip to the Philippines. So awesome. Here's 1,800 comments on people sharing what were your results in May. We're not even going to go like you can imagine. Here's Reba, $1,000 and another one. Chuck, I did my first TikTok live today. Mark, another sale, $100. This biz is insanely awesome. Grateful for an amazing day. Kristen with an RY, Kristen. Joined the last 10 days in May, so 2 weeks ago, and I was able to make $6,500 in that time. My first sale came hours after I finished connecting my funnel on the first day. I am totally mind blown. Another winner. Congrats to Anna Lee. Congrats on your very first sale and not quitting. I'm so happy for you. Richard. Thank you, Michelle and Nick. Thank you, community. I made another $300 today. PTL. Went live. Got 8 followers. That's so cool. First time Bethany went live. So fun. Got 8 new followers. That's 8 people that I've planted a seed on how I can help change their lives. That I love. I love this wins column in the community. You can always go here and just get super inspired. Carla, 3.5 weeks, first ding, $900 while watching my son play. So we're only on the second page. I'm not going to keep going. I could, obviously. Now you see why I had to do that big disclaimer. And so there's so many people winning in this community. It's freaking amazing. And you can go in there and refresh every couple hours and just go find a ton of new people having success. So you'll hear me reference that wins area. Let me actually show you where that was in the community. So when you log in, if you get, you can't be on the inside unless you're already with us. You've joined us, but it's right here under wins. You'll hear me reference this later. So what sets digital growth apart? It's the high level of training, which we're going to dive into in a second. The 100% commissions, which we'll talk about that in a bit here. That you don't need any technical skills or no influence or no list. And the most amazingly supportive community. And I don't know if we have time to dive into just how supportive the community is, but let me just give you an example here. So, because I know we've already spent a lot of time in here, and I do want to make this an insider like perspective for you, but I don't want this to be like 2 hours long. So these are all the people, the thumbs up are the people who like have been through it. These are all the comments. So look, someone makes 6,348 hours. Is this real life? 102 people commenting and supporting them. And so 33, 33, 33. That's crazy. Look at all those 33s. 27. 4 hours ago, there's 4 people. From 3 hours ago, there's 7 people here. From March 12th, 3 weeks ago, there's 44 people who've commented here. And like I shared, you know, the results in May, there's 1,800 people who've commented when Michelle made that post. So just to try to give you a little feel. So just 23 hours ago, he has 42 people have supported him around. He did his first live TikTok today. So I'm just sharing this with you to try to give you like an insider's feel. Let's even just go see what people are saying to Chuck here. So that's awesome. Good for you. I bet you'll do great. I went live for the first time and today, 3 days in a row. And then they're engaging back and forth. Congrats, Chuck. Yes, good for you. Keep it going. That's a huge win. You got this. Congrats. Congrats, bro. Congratulations. By the way, I spent a bunch of time commenting on tons of stuff in here when I was first in here as well. It's so fun. Congratulations. Congratulations. And sometimes they go a little bit deeper as well. Like here's Shelly saying, I saw you. That's so cool. So absolutely so awesome. Way to go. Only upwards from here. Congratulations. First time is the most difficult. I haven't yet, but hope to do more soon. So sometimes you'll see more coaching from different people throughout the community. But anyway, this community is super supportive and totally amazing. And so there are some more things. I'm going to walk through some of our community itself. So we're going to dive in there here in a second. So school is the community that we're in, and it's where we host the entire community. So where you'll enjoy live coaching groups, live breakout rooms, and collective success as members all help each other thrive. So I want to show you, we're going to kind of walk through some of the school community here. And, you know, I kind of jumped ahead here. I just showed you a little bit of just how helpful the community is. And maybe we'll find some other examples once we dive in here. I am being really aware of the time. I don't want this to go too long for you. So this is one of the most amazing. It's super refreshing. There's so many communities where it's exciting for like a day or a week or a little bit, and then it kind of like dies off. Or there's communities where there's just crickets. And you would go to share something like, hey, I just made my first sale, and maybe one person, maybe you get a few likes, and like you don't really hear from people. And it makes you feel like, you know, you could imagine it could make a part of you feel like that people are jealous or something. This community is so helpful. When I first came in here, I saw so many people asking questions, whether it was around tech or marketing or psychology or anything else, and so many people chiming in to help. That's one of the first things I noticed, and it made me just start falling in love with what's happening here. So I want to show you our calendar. So we have the community here. We have a classroom, which most of this stuff was moved to other places. But then we have our calendar. And if we go to this, so this is just the rest of June, not including anything else. So today is June 5th. So tomorrow we have a Thursday marketing mentoring. So that will be a live Zoom. And on some of these live calls, there are even breakout rooms where you go and you work with a small group of people and you all help each other out with whatever the instructor for that class is, you know, having you do. Whether it's identifying a customer avatar, whether it's like psychology, whether it's identifying your fears, whether it's figuring out what you're really, you know, what is your real why, not just like some made up thing that doesn't get you juice, but your why where you instantly, you know, you get chills, you get inspired tears, you know, something that you're certainly attached to that's really high in your values. Thursday, tech support calls. So if you need any technical help at all, you can always get on the tech supports that they offer and get live tech support. And there's even tech support in the community outside of the live calls as well. Although the live calls are definitely the best place to get help on things. Then we have our free webinar on Friday. Monday, we have another mentoring Zoom. You notice how this is 90 minutes. There'll definitely be breakouts in that one. Tech support calls for 2 hours on Tuesday. Thursday, mentoring Zoom again. Thursday, momentum marketing. These actually, I have a feeling those are the same thing. They're just double booked in the calendar currently. A Thursday tech support. So this is, you know, next week now. So I'm just showing you what this month looks like. Now, there will still be more things added for this month. This is just what's published so far. Then there's a Monday mentoring Zoom. There'll be breakout rooms. Tuesday tech support, Thursday tech support, Thursday mindset mentoring, Monday mentoring Zoom, Tuesday tech support, Thursday guest speaker. And there are some incredible industry experts that get on some of the guest speaker Zooms. And so those alone are just amazing. So is everything else here. And then more tech support. And again, not everything this month is published here. The most stuff gets published in the current week that you're in. So I wanted to give you a feel for the calendar there. And then we'll see what we can see in the community itself. So this is something I really want to call your attention to. So we have these daily videos and Zoom replays. And so Michelle creates these. So Michelle O'Neill is the founder of this whole community. And so she does these 90-day runs where she'll do a video every single day. And I'm going to ignore this new post. It just bumped up there. But the pinned post, there's always 3 pinned at the post. And so there'll be something around tech support. Then they'll sometimes, if the next webinar is coming up pretty soon, that the webinar will be posted here. Actually, I think we have 2 webinars coming up. Anyway, that doesn't concern you. And so day 64 here, great content hack that will get you video content ideas. Now, I'm not going to play this because you're not on the inside, but I want you to see. Hold on. So I've actually never had that. That's really hilarious. So let me go to the daily Zoom videos. What I wanted to show, and Michelle will get this fixed in no time. So what I wanted to show you was, here's day 63, which was from yesterday. And I went through this one. That's why it has a little like on it. So you'll see it's a 7-minute video. Now, again, I'm not going to go through all this, but also you can come over here, check this out. Days 31 through 60, you could just go up here and go to day 31, 32, 33, 34. So when I first came in here, I think I was in, I'm trying to think of, so I've been here 60. No, I was here at the start of this one, the previous one to this. I had joined at day 75 or plus or minus, something like that. And so I found myself watching these every day, but then going backwards and seeing other ones as well, because there's so many, like abundance and ambition, seeing the patterns, social media is your storefront. There's no such thing as failure. Mastering the 2-hour workday, victim to victor, shifting your identity, the quitting zone, passionate versus commitment, currency equals connection, prime your mind, sticky tabs, a new week, urgency, execution for success, how to get a customer today. I actually just watched that one today because I had somehow skipped it. Your recipe for a $10,000 month, the powerful ingredient, content creation, stop the scroll. So anyway, all of these, it's never about the price, 7 minutes long. Seeing the patterns, 11 minutes. Overcoming fear and building confidence, 3 minutes. Focus on the outcome, 5 minutes. These are just little daily nuggets. They're so freaking amazing and powerful. And they all have slides. Like you can see here, she's about to go through these slides in a 5-minute video. So she does these slideshows every single day. They almost always have slides, not always, but most of the time. And it's such an incredible, part of the community we have here. Now, if I go back here, so those are daily things. And then usually, and you can also go here and we will see daily videos and Zoom replays. That's where I'm at now. You can find all the announcements here. You can find stuff about social media here, tech and Kajabi support. Introduce yourself here. The wins, which is the first thing I showed you. Shout outs and welcomes. So if we go here, 22 hours, 4 hours ago, shout out to the tech done for you. Hello from Texas. I'm officially set up, ready to rock and roll. Thank you to Michelle Schmaderer for helping me finish setup, if you're not aware. And also there is a small little thing for some people that don't know. If you're really essentially lazy and you don't want to spend the hour or two, by the way, I haven't told you that yet. It'll take you 1 to 2 hours to fully set up your website and all the things that you have, but also you will finally, for free, be able to be growing your email list and have your very own website. For some of you, it'll be the first time in your entire life. Website that's just like this. And I'll show you more about this later on. We're going to look at this more. So that's some of the stuff inside of the community. We're going to keep this moving along here. And so now we have 4 different products. Each is designed to give you all of the skills you need to crush it, like you've been seeing in our community. Let's explore them from the inside. Now, you rarely ever get to see what I'm about to show you on any of the webinars. So inside, if you own, here are the 4 products. We have the Launchpad. We have Digital Mastery. We have the Daily Pay Blueprint. We have the Legacy Builders program. We also have an exclusive bonuses, and you'll learn more about this in a bit here. So Legacy Builders is our highest level. This is what like 98 or 95 or more % of everybody joins at this level. And so it also, this level includes all of the other products inside of it. These are just here so you can see. So you're going to see Launchpad inside of Legacy Builders. So let's go inside here. And so click here to get started. Welcome to Legacy, community guidelines, what to expect. Here's all the Zoom links for all of our live calls. Now, that is specific just for people who own Legacy. Then there is a how to navigate. Kajabi is the platform that we're in here. This is I also have Kajabi where, for other courses and things that I've launched, coaching programs and courses and all kinds of stuff, that it's a place where you can store your products. And so this is an entire set of how to navigate everything in here. So how to know what all these tabs do, how to move around, how do you get these check marks when things are done or not. And I've done more than 11 lessons, but I usually don't put the check marks on things when I complete them. So here is the launch kit, the launch pad, and it's what's passive income, community, what is resale rights, winning mindset, 2-hour workday, launch to profit in 7 days. And then now we start getting into some automation, how to automate your online business for time freedom. And it goes through a bunch of setup things. Now, I'm not going to go through all the details, but you can read through how to authenticate your domain, how to, program your email address. And these are all things that most of the world thinks these are really technical. These are simple step-by-step walkthrough videos. I have the most non-technical people that have got through all of this stuff. And some of them take a full 2 hours or so to get it set up. Some of them, like myself, done in less than an hour. And so connecting your payment gateways, we get paid directly. We are paid directly. We don't wait for a company to release our funds to us. We get paid directly and daily. So as soon as you get paid, you usually have that money. Mine gets to my bank account the next day. Some people's take about 48 hours. It depends on where you live and it depends on your bank. So how to edit, connect, and test your automated sales system, your whole funnel, how to create payment links, your capture pages, how to import. By the way, you're not creating any of this stuff. You're just grabbing a proven set of funnels and templates that already work. And I'll show you some of this as well. That I'll show you mine, which you'll have the exact same thing. How to set up your email automations. Now start creating your empire. Set up your social media. How to set up TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. By the way, you're going to see this somewhere here, but you can do all of this stuff completely faceless if you didn't want to put your face on things. So we'll talk more about that in a bit. Growing a following, how to grow a following, how to turn your followers into customers. Passive daily pay blueprint. This is the next set of products. So remember how I showed you we have all these different products. These 4 main products. So I first showed you Launchpad. Now you're going to see Passive Daily Pay Blueprint, which is the next one. Right here. And I'm not going to read all these anymore because I want to keep this moving for you. Finding your ideal customer. All of these different videos about it. Now, we're only on page 1 of 4. That's how much material is back here. These things are amazing. And by the way, most of the lessons are short. So mastering storytelling in social media and video content. Lesson 1, how to share your story. This one is longer, it's 50 minutes. Lesson 2, how to get your perfect customers to engage with you. 26 minutes. Connecting emotionally. Storytelling in your content. Storytelling is 6 minutes. So I don't want to open all of these because, some of the slides just starts unveiling some of the, I don't want to share any proprietary content here that you can only access if you have paid. So building a strong brand identity. And this is part 2 of that. Or sorry, a totally separate set of that. This is actually, more stuff about building a brand. How to attract customers, TikTok training, how to post free ads. So we have a whole set of training on all these sites and all of this stuff you can check out. We have YouTube training, we have Pinterest training, we cover reel strategy, and I'll just give you a feel. 21 minutes there on the first reel strategy. Reel strategy Q&A, 16 minutes. So live replay. So you can see, I just want to give you a little taste of some of this stuff. So bonus, going live. So this is a bonus training, going live on TikTok and YouTube. Digital mastery. This is The next product. Keep jumping to the wrong tab there. Digital mastery. 6 figures in 6 months. Here's a whole set of those. We're still on page 2. Building recurring income stream. Affiliate marketing and partnerships. Email marketing and list building. How to use ChatGPT to 10x your productivity. Now we're to the Legacy Builders program, which is our highest level program. Creating your own digital product program. And by the way, I have a Q&A at the end that we're going to go through that will help give some important, things to you. The most common questions I get asked from people. Launching your course program. By the way, just so you know, this already is unlocked. So you don't even have to wait. Scaling your business. Becoming an affiliate to earn money. Create a community doing what you love. And so, introduction to the passive revenue freedom machine. So that, we could go on, but that's a big insight of a whole bunch of the 4 main products that we have here. And so how this works is you join, you then go through the 1 to 2 hours I'd mentioned of setting up your site, or you can even pay somebody to do it all for you. You access the training, including the lives and some of the stuff so I was sharing with you, like on the calendar. So you start going through that train. Literally what I just showed you, you just start at the top and go down step by step, all the way down as deep as you want to go. And then on that journey, you also start to create material, which is also posting some of the ads like I had shared with you, which is in the second product. Most of your time is spent in this last section here. A little bit will be continuing training. Once you set up your site, that's a one-time thing. You never do it again. So time commitment. We have a 2-hour per day blueprint. So no matter how big, it's why I shared Shara's story early on. My friend that had done $10,000 in January and then $20,000 in February, which was a ton for her. And now she's just used to doing $10,000 plus months. And so, which is so awesome. Just that alone is just so freaking awesome. I'm so excited for her. She totally deserves it. She's such a hard worker. And she never puts in more than 2 hours a day. I've asked her about that. So where does that time go? In general, you go copying and pasting ads and do some training. You also create 3 videos and you also go live. Now, Michelle will break this down in the webinars, but typically what it looks like is that when you're first starting, a lot of people spend about 30 minutes a day training, about maybe 30 minutes copying and pasting ads, and about an hour creating their videos. Now, as you get, the videos might even take you 90 minutes to 2 hours. The first day I did one of my videos, just this 1 little minute video, it took like almost an hour just to do one because I didn't know what I was doing and I'd never done 1 minute videos and I was making it super complicated. I also had skipped some of the training. So learn from my mistakes. Don't skip the training because then you wouldn't waste extra money making videos. And so I can now do 3 videos in about 60 minutes or so a day. And I'm not even at full speed efficiency yet. Really, if I really think about that, I can do that in about 45 minutes if I stay focused. And that still gives me time to do training. And I'm not currently copying and pasting any ads because I'm focusing on videos. But this is one of the things I heard Michelle share once on one of her lives. She said the biggest regret she has is stop doing the copy and paste ads because they helped her so much for so long. And they brought her a ton of emails onto her list, which then they enter all the automations and then a percentage of them become the dings for you. So, and then a lot of people choose to, not everyone though, choose to go live at the bottom there. So, and you can spread out your workday. You know, some people do like 30 minutes in the morning, maybe 30 minutes on a lunch break from work, and then maybe an hour in the evening and still have time to, you know, take the kids to soccer practice and spend the family time and everything else. But you want to be diligent about the 2 hours per day. It's why I was so transparent showing you my numbers and showing you how not just did they flatten out, but there's big parts where it was like a few days would go by with no sale because I haven't been consistent with my 2 hours per day. So how much is this stuff? So we're going to go to the sales page and help you check this out. So this is the page. So if you're already in the funnel, this is where most of the emails, they all point you. In fact, all of them point you to this page, and you can just go here to get started. And so follow the 3-step system. Get started, purchase one of the products, start growing a daily paid business. We show you exactly where to start posting ads and how to create free content on social media. Get paid. You're not going to want to miss the Q&A I'm about to go into with you in a minute here. So this is my page here. We're at www.honestloophole.com. And then it breaks down everything. And so learn how to make 900 passive daily pay by following a 2-hour workday. And so this is the whole, this is for you if you're tired of struggling, of feeling stuck and frustrated. You want to make an extra income from home. You're tired of your job. You're wanting to get out of debt. You want to work from anywhere using your phone or laptop. Michelle just ran this entire business while she was in Hawaii for a week with her children. Imagine having a proven blueprint to make $900 a day, $328,500 a year. Imagine what it would be like to be debt-free. Imagine what it would be like to replace your full-time job by working part-time 2 hours a day from home. Imagine being able to set your own schedule. What would it be like if you could work when you want and where you want? What would it be like to have more time with your family without the financial stress? If that's you, you're in the right place. Here's a ton of more people getting results. And this is another way it breaks down the entire legacy program here. What's included inside. And now it shows all of the breakdown. So we just looked through all of this from the inside though. So you got a much more comprehensive view where, how to share your story is broken down. And so you got to see the inside of all of that. And so if you enroll with the legacy program, you also get all of these bonuses. And I just realized somebody was asking me about this earlier. I need to go back to that message and tell them. So you get all of these 8 bonuses, and that was right here, exclusive bonuses. You get these if you purchase legacy. So, here's something you want to understand. So here, I'll just share this first of all. The 4 different programs are 100, 300, 600, 900. So Legacy Builders is 900. Digital Mastery is 600. Passive Daily Pay Blueprint is 300. And the Launchpad is 100. This also, I just shared this today. So the vast majority of people that join at the $900 level because that's the main thing, all this whole page, but that's where Michelle primarily points people towards on all of the webinars. The webinars are where they do most of the selling for us. And those are all done through your automations, point people towards the webinars. And so here's something you want to understand for sure. Now, this is not the reason to join any given level because the material in these products is second to none. There's nothing out there that comes close for these price ranges. I have coaching programs out there that are $10,000, $15,000, $25,000 that are equivalent to what you get here for less than $1,000 within the Legacy Builders program. And so whichever program, the highest level program you own, gives you the rights to resell other products below it. So if you come in at Legacy for 900, you also get to sell any of these 3 for 100, 300, 600, and they're all on this page. But notice how on this page so far, everything is just pointed towards the Legacy Builder so far. Access Legacy Builders program now. Yes, get access to Legacy program now. Now, if we scroll way down here, which is where we were just at, Now we start to see, here's legacy builders for 900. Also, pay attention. If you're in the US, down here, you can go and you can also get on a payment plan. So some people don't know that. So you can do a full pay right here or any of the other buttons above. Or if you go down here, this is where you can do the payment plan if you're in the US. So it's a payment plan in the 900, and the details you'll see once you're inside there. So now down here, if you really don't want the whole legacy program and all of those bonuses, then you can choose to get one of these programs: Digital Mastery for 600, Passive Daily Pay 300, Launchpad for 100. But I want you to understand, pay really close attention. If you only had, for example, the Passive Daily Pay blueprint on your version of this page that we have right here, none of those buttons would work. You wouldn't be able to sell somebody legacy, or you wouldn't be able to sell them Digital Mastery. You would only have the ability to sell Passive Daily Pay Blueprint and the Launchpad. So you could only make $300 commissions if you purchase the Passive Daily Pay Blueprint. So that's one reason why you want to upgrade to the highest level that you can, so that you can have all of, like, for example, this one, you get all 4 income streams if you buy Legacy. If you buy Digital Mastery, you only get these 3 income streams. If you only buy Passive Daily Pay, you only get these 2 income streams. And if you only buy Launchpad, you only get that income stream. So your page here is going to look really sad because your customers won't be able to purchase the 300, 600, or the 900 if you didn't own them. So, and these also have payment plans. So I wanted to make sure, and here's a bunch of other results here. And this also leads you to the Legacy. And I don't know if I've even shown you this. So this is where you can purchase Legacy. You enter your full name, your email address, your phone number, and then you enter your card details. Now, this is not the payment plan one. If you want to do the payment plans, you go back to this one right here on the page, and you come down to the blue button, or these blue buttons down here if you're not purchasing Legacy. And this one, you see how it looks slightly different? So Legacy Builders Program for 900, and you'd enter your email, all your information here, but then you come to, you would click pay. Actually, do I need to enter everything? I think after you continue, it'll take you to the payments, or maybe it's link. I'm trying to see here. Give me a minute here. Yeah, link is different. So you actually have to enter all your information. I'm not going to do that. And when you click continue, you'll see this where it says pay another way. It's either right here or right down here. There's a little button you can go to pay. And I believe it's with Klarna with a K, or Affirm, AFFIRM, or Afterpay. It actually might give you multiple options. So anyway, just wanted to make sure you realize that. And that's if you're in the US, you can do a payment plan there. So that's the pricing on everything. Now let's jump back into the FAQs. And I almost have you out of here. And so these are the common questions I get. Do I have to show my face? The answer is absolutely no. Now, I didn't call your attention to this, and I'll see if I can find this quickly. I'm going to see if I can find. Is it on the first page? Maybe. I didn't think it was. No, I can't find it right now. I thought my eyes would see it and I would be able to draw your attention to it. And maybe I did mention it to you, but you can build your entire business completely faceless. And I know we did maybe it is on page 1. I think it was back in April. And I'm just going to look for this really quickly for you. I can't find it. I can't believe I can't find it, but it's definitely in there. There are like 4 modules about how to build the entire business how to have a nameless, faceless brand. Sorry, not nameless, a faceless brand. So you don't have to put your face on anything. Can I make payments? Yes. And I actually just walked you through that. What does this really take? Pay attention. This takes you committing to the 2 hours per day and finding a way more often than not that you make those 2 hours happen. Again, I've been super transparent with you. I have not been consistent with the 2 hours per day, but also I had so many things happening in my life these past few months that the truth is I've been able to pay for all of the bills and still, give my family some really cool adventures and have an awesome lifestyle, even without doing the 2 hours per day. But I am now committing and back, so I'll be running directly with you with 2 hours a day, and you'll be seeing more and more of my videos all around, depending on how you saw this one. If you're on social media and places with me, or you'll be seeing me more consistent in the emails that you receive. And so, but that doesn't mean, it's why I called your attention to my friend Matt or other people that, like Victoria, who's made now 300,000 in her first 8 or 9 months. She is super consistent. She has 2 or 3 special needs children. She, her life is just as crazy as Shara's, but she always carves out a way to make her 2 hours per day. Same thing with Michelle. Michelle made $1 million in her first 18 months, and now she's at 1.5 million, just 20 and a half months into her business. So she's basically doing 200,000 a month, or even $250,000 a month now. She found a way to put in her 2 hours a day, even while on vacation with her family. I'll just give you a hint how she did it. She squeezed those in the morning before anybody was up. And yes, that's a sacrifice. And I had somebody ask me the other day, I'm going away next month. Do I, what's going to happen? And the truth is, it'll just make some of your algorithms, some of your engagement will fall off some if you were already established by then. But it's not going to destroy your business to just go away for a week and not do the 2 hours per day. But I'm just sharing with you the people making the most money, having the most success. I see them really committed about the 2 hours a day, and they found a way to carve those, build those 2 hours into their life, even if it meant sacrificing some temporary, hobbies or other activities, so that they can create a multi-6, a 7-figure annual income. And so, 2 really cool things I want to share with you at the end. What other fees will you have? So the first thing is, there are no paid, there's no other fees outside of you pay for your product. There is a $29 website fee, which you didn't get to see because I would have to enter all the information. Then it would take us there. And so there's a one-time $29 website fee. The only other, we don't do any paid ads here. The only other fees you would have would be getting a domain name. So I have Honest Loophole. I'm going to show you a really cool hack on how to get really low cost domain names. And I'm going to show you that right here. In fact, I'll save that after I share the tips with you, so I don't want to waste time. Also, you'll want to get a professional email, which I'm also going to show you how to save a bunch of money with that. And I'll prove that to you right here live. I haven't even shown the people that have joined me. They know about this site I'm going to show you, but I haven't shown them live yet. That's how slammed I've been with everything, not even creating cool little tutorials like that. So you seeing this review, you're going to get first crack at all that. There is also an optional, once you're on the inside, you'll actually get a welcome email from me shortly after you join. It could be within an hour. It'll definitely be within a day. So I send these out manually, and you'll get an introduction email from me, and it has some really important links and some getting started info for you that's above and beyond what you already get in the community, which is already super solid. And then there is an optional program inside that Michelle runs. It's $47 a month, and it pays a 50% affiliate commission. It's the only thing we have that's not 100% commissions. And so you don't have to do that, but I just want you to know about that up front. If you want that info, just ask me for it, and you'll get it in the welcome email that I send you as well. So an optional $47 a month fee. And the cool thing about that is it allows you to add that program so that as people go to join you, you can also, you can't get in that program unless your sponsor invites you. And so you also can't sell that program unless you're in it. Exactly like our reseller products. You know, you can't sell Legacy for $900 commissions unless you own Legacy first. So that's a way to start to create some residual income. And so and I showed you the money I made and everything. My first payment for that was last month, which was actually from April, and I got paid around May 15th or so. And if I remember right, it was either around 450 or like 650, which I was pleasantly surprised. I was that was a lot higher than I had expected it to be. And so it goes to show you a good percentage of people join that program too. But anyway, that's like, and it's not like we're trying to hide things from you or anything. It's just not as critical when you're on the outside as you understanding what these 4 products are. So that's the only other thing I can think of. There might be some optional, just one-off tools that might make your life a little more simple or shave off some of your 2 hours a day to automate some things. And there's things I'd be happy to recommend. You know, there's tools that are like $20 a month or $30 a month for different programs and different tools, but none of it is mandatory whatsoever. And in fact, almost none of it's even talked about in the community. These are just all things that I know about that I can help you with on your journey. So anyway, the main fees, and again, I'll show you these hacks in a minute, would be getting a domain, and I can show you how to get almost wholesale domain names, and then also getting a professional email. I can also show you how to get wholesale professional email. So I'm going to show you that at the end of this here. So what are my best tips for you? I wanted to add this in just at the end. Do you know those daily videos that I showed you? Let me go back in. The daily videos and Zoom replays where Michelle makes a daily video for us. Highly, highly, highly recommend. That is one of the best hacks I have for you, is to make sure you go like it. And by the way, you just go to the community. It's always pinned. The most recent day is always pinned to the top. So I recommend to go to whatever day you start, go to that once you get access to the community here. And I would go to that and I would watch those every single day. I personally do those within the first hour to 90 minutes of when I wake up. So once I wake up, I sometimes do some training, not only mindset type of training. And I will typically real quickly before I do anything, I'll get down to meditate for about 20 plus minutes. And then one of the first things I do is go listen to the daily video from Michelle and keep myself plugged in. That's the minimum training I'll do each day, is plug into that video at minimum. And that's one little hack I have for you. What other best tips? I would say once you're in the training, so first of all, make sure you know that whatever product, so you wouldn't see all these products listed if you didn't buy Legacy. You'll only see up to the highest level product that you purchased. So go to the highest level product that you purchased. And then, so we're here in Legacy. Start at the top video, literally go down video by video, all this, do this, do this, do this, do this, this, lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So don't skip things. Go through video by video and do all of the work. Do any exercises that Michelle or the other instructors guide you to do. That by far is going to be what I've seen. Some people jump around and they're like, oh, I just want to go set up my website and get out there, and things are broken and things aren't working. It's because they skipped some critical step somewhere, or they can't get in the community because they didn't follow how to get into our communities and follow all these starting steps here. How to get access to our school community. Like they didn't watch this, so now they can't get in the community and they're all frustrated. So don't skip around with that stuff. Oh, and also I have this is also in your welcome email that I have a link for you to connect with me on Facebook. You're going to want to connect me on Facebook, do a friend request, and then message me if we're not friends already. And then I can get you into our private mastermind chat just for people who are joining me, where I can give you a more intimate level of help and coaching. And I actually have some cool things planned for that group that I haven't even, they don't even know about yet. It's been mostly just where people ask questions. And here's something cool. It's such a helpful community, exactly like inside of school, that half the time I don't even get a chance to answer somebody's question before somebody else has already jumped in and helped out. But I don't encourage you to just rely on my support chat. You want to heavily weigh on the school community, and because I just encourage you to, here's one way to leverage the school community. And a lot of people miss this. When you first get in here, you just go up to the top. Let's say you're trying to do something with, you're trying to get your email connected. Connect email. Connecting emails to the funnel. Need help. I'm at a standstill. Can someone DM to help me? Funnel. So you'll see people like getting help here in different ways, but sometimes it would be, let's say let me try to find another example on, we'll try TikTok. You can do things like that, or you can also say, TikTok setup. So, and you can go through here, and there's actually only 3 results found there, which is cool. Oh, we have the whole classroom, which is crazy. That's what I wanted to direct you to. My apologies, everyone. So let's do, did I say email setup? I can't remember the first thing that I tried. Here's the done for you setup. Emails to send to the email list. Last day of the challenge. You can look through there's different trainings there, and I'm not even for some reason, I'm not finding the best examples right now. But anything that you're trying to do, I'm trying to think of things people might get stuck on. Oops. Connect domain. So if you go to Classroom, I know this is easier to find. I'm doing something wrong here, but there's a way you can search through the communities and things. And, oh, here we go. Like, this is a super common question. And people ask, how long till it gets approved? There's all kinds of stuff like that. So, anyway, you can come up here and search for things that you're looking for. And there's lots of help. And then go to Classroom when you search. That's the best place to go look for all your searching. That's another cool tip that I have for you. And I did mention, so I will show you those 2 little hacks I was talking about. But if you're ready to fly right now, just go to www.honestloophole.com. You do have to include the www right now. I don't even have mine set up where you can do it without that currently. And so, because I was rushing when I was first setting all this up, it's not even that hard to fix. I just haven't taken the time to go back. So www.honestloophole.com. Would love to run with you if you're ready to. If not, feel free to email me or message me, contact me wherever you saw this video, and I'd be happy to help you out directly. And as a little bonus here, let me jump in and show you those little hacks I was telling you about. So I'm going to show you where you can get wholesale domain names. You go to bigrockdomains.com. Now, you can get domains here for $12.99. Now let me share something first. I'm gonna do some proving things to you. You can buy all your domains here forever. So this is a reseller program through GoDaddy. Big Rock Domains. This is actually GoDaddy. Even the phone number here you see is Arizona. GoDaddy's located in Arizona. I own this site, Big Rock Domains. I don't make money on these things. I created this many years ago because I've had up to 800 domains at the same time, which I know sounds insane. I've run all kinds of different businesses online. And so that was at my peak. I think now I'm down to closer to like 100 plus or minus. But I purchased this back in those days when I was going crazy with domain names because I needed a way to not get ripped off by GoDaddy. And even if it only saved 3, 4, 5, 10 bucks a year, you multiply that by each domain. And let's say you have 100, it starts to add up significantly. And so even if I had, back when I just had 100, let's say I'm only saving $4 a year, that's $400 a year savings just by having this service. So I got this service for myself. Then I got this out to some of my teams, and I've had many hundreds of people use this over the years. A lot of people just keep using it. And so I didn't buy this. Like, I could easily have this set like other people in the industry. They do GoDaddy resellers, and they'll mark this up where they're making like, there's like $18.99 and crazy stuff like that. So I'm not trying to make money off this. I simply am passing on the savings to you, but I want to show you an example here. So if we go straight to GoDaddy.com, let's find up a fake domain name.com. Now let me see if this is actually available. So it's already taken. Let me do fake domain name.com 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sure nobody has that. Okay, nobody has this. Now hold on. They're trying to sucker you in 1 penny for the first year and then let me wreck you is what they really says here. And I'll show you in a minute. Let's go to fake domain name 1234.com here. We search and you will see that this is $12.99 per year. Now, what you don't see, and I wish it listed it on this site, but I don't have control of it. Actually, maybe I do. Let's make it ours. And let's go to continue. I'm not signed in or anything, so you can see this is exactly like what your experience would be. You would have to fill in stuff. You would create an account here, just like you would at GoDaddy. Now let's go to GoDaddy. Let's make it ours as well. Now notice this trickery. This is so crazy. It pisses me off what I'm about to show you. So we go to the cart here. You can do domain protection, ultimate protection for $11.88, $25.99, or no protection. At GoDaddy, you can do full protection, $11.99. That's all they offer is full. They don't offer ultimate. This one is $11.88. Theirs is $11.99. So you're only saving 11 cents. That's not a big deal. But here's what I want you. You have to look at the fine print. This renews in 1 year for $21.99. Sorry, this isn't even the right one. Sorry, I was doing a test earlier. This is our fake domain name, right? Make sure they match. I'm going to do no protection. Let's get to the cart. I want to show you this. And then as soon as it populates here, while we're waiting for that, I want you to notice, if you got this for 3 years, you'd pay $44 for only 3 years, right? If you got this for 3 years, you would pay, oh, sorry guys, sorry, I have stuff added from before. Come on, update. 3 years of fake domain 1234, you would pay 30, let's just round it up, 39 bucks instead of 44. You're already saving $5. But look at 1 year. So they have theirs at $11.99, but then renews for $21.99. And if we do 1 year over here, it actually just showed the renew as well. So you get it for $12.99. So it is slightly more for 1 year if it's an extra dollar, but then it renews for the same price. So I want you to understand, when you buy at GoDaddy, they make all their money on your renewals. So they don't allow me to adjust this fee. So that's why, like, they undercut the resellers here, but then they rape their customers here. So you're paying, I mean, that's basically 10 bucks extra. Instead of 13, it's 22. It's $9 extra per year per domain. That's freaking insane. Now, the other thing I had mentioned is the email. So how do we look for, I'm going to show you the email you can get as well, just so you see the pricing. I'm just going to tell you, it's right here. Professional email added on. Let's get it. Now this says $1.99 per month with, and then, so if you bought it for 12 months, which you can get it for just $1.99 per month. Also notice it would renew a year later for the same price. Now I'm going to show you something really cool. Let me see if they try to get us. Continue. Oops, I think there's a button down here. I want to say no domain protection. I do want to say professional email. This is the same one. $1.99 per month. But wait. Guess what happens after a year later? Oh my God. So you get it for $23.88 as well, just like I was showing. So it's the same price, right? Renews next year for $96 freaking dollars. So yeah, they advertise 75% off, whereas right here, it's 75% off forever. Isn't that just crazy? So the total for these for 1 year of your domain name and your professional email would be 37 bucks at bigrockdomains.com. Over here, it is $1 less, $35.87 instead of $36.87. But then starting a year later, this goes up by $9. This goes up by, what is that? Freaking $70. So it's like 80 extra, 70 or 80 extra dollars a year later. So be careful. You might want to, and by the way, yes, you can go to Big Rock Domains. You can transfer all of your domains here. I've done this before. You go to domains, you go to domain transfer, and you start typing your domains in here, and it gives you instructions how to do it all. Now, I do have to apologize for something. This logo, Big Rock Domains, this is like more than 10 years old. I don't remember what year I created that. I actually had someone on Fiverr create the whole logo and everything for me. It's like I could create something better in the new AI software in like 10 minutes. So that's just what it is. So I wanted to give you that little bonus here. I really should just have this all in video somewhere, but because, you know, I had on that slide, what other fees would you have? You do want to get both a domain name as well as professional email. You don't need to think it all up. Once you're on the inside, you're more than welcome to ask in the community or in my chat, and we can give you ideas, or just go through the training and it walks you through some really cool ideas as well. So that was a nice little bonus I wanted to share with you. And really that's it. So all there is left to do is for you to go to www.honestloophole.com. And I just want to thank you for your time. If you made it all the way to the end here, you're definitely more serious than most people about checking this out. So again, please feel free to message me. Also, if you have not seen a webinar yet, I highly, highly, highly recommend getting to one of our live webinars or a webinar replay, just ask me. If you're already down there, Honest Loophole, www.honestloophole.com, then, sorry, I took it off the screen. If you're already down there, that over there, if you're already over there, that you will be emailed links to the webinars each week. And then I also send out the webinar replay shortly after, within the next day or so as well. So there is tons of other info on every webinar. There's tons more of live testimonials. She does a freaking amazing job. And it would be super hard to try to copy what she does and keep them compressed. It's just amazing webinars that she does every week. And so I highly recommend you go check those out. I wanted to do this as a unique perspective so you could get an insider's view. With all the stuff I showed you, those aren't the kind of things you get to see on the webinar. And also it's packed with my unique perspective based on these last 18 years I've been in the industry, technically 18 years and 1 month now. So really appreciate all of your time, your attention. More than anything, all I desire for you is to have a way to create extra income. It's such a crazy economy, such a crazy world we're in. There are so many more people every single year making more and more money online with digital marketing. And this is the best place you're ever going to find to learn this stuff. I mean, you can go hunt through YouTube for free. You're going to spend hundreds of hours going down the wrong rabbit holes and spinning your wheels, not really knowing if it's something coming from experience or someone who has your interest in their, in their heart, or are they just trying to sell something? And one of the things I didn't get to share early on, and I wish I would have, is just how much Michelle is such a heart-centered servant leader. And you'll see that. You definitely want to check her out. She's always there to help other people, but also she has an incredible entrepreneurial head on her shoulders. She's not going to take crap from anybody. And she's definitely, success oriented, but she has such a huge heart to serve other people. And that's part of why she has these products she's reselling for 100% commissions that we get to make all the money and plug in. And she did all the work creating all the products on the websites and everything else. We just plug in. It's essentially plug and play. And some of the play is following the 2-hour per day blueprint that we covered in depth here. So, my friend, I am going to end this part of our journey here and invite you to continue that. Go to www.honestloophole.com. And again, it's spelled for you right there on the screen. And I definitely look forward to seeing you on wherever our journeys may or may not cross in the days, weeks, months, years, decades ahead. And I wish you nothing but the best. So huge love, appreciation. Get out there, make some special things happen for you, your loved ones, so that you can start to leave a ripple impact that travels out and reach people that will never listen to me or other people. You have a unique voice and a unique way to connect with people, and you will learn how to do that within the community here. You may end up saving people's lives. And I know that sounds dramatic. I can assure you, I have had so many calls over the years from people who said, thank you so much for introducing me to fill in the blank. It changed the course of my life, and here's what's happened since then. And the amount of those already happening here in just a few months with digital growth and the digital growth community is just, it's unlike anything I've ever seen. I love what's happening here, and I have my flag completely planted. I will stand behind Michelle and these digital growth products all day long because they are second to none. They're world-class, bleeding edge, bleeding heart, adding value to your life. And you will find nothing like this for these low prices anywhere online. So you know what to do, my friend. Go to www.honestloophole.com, and I look forward to seeing you somewhere down the rest of our journey together.